Morning, everybody. Alright, trying to get some more inking done here. It's hard to get the lighting just right. Hopefully that's brighter. Hope everybody's doing well. This is NFL Week 5 that we're working on. And this is the inking part of it. Kind of got to jump on some things a little early, as life is life, and I got some things coming up I gotta take care of, so I'm gonna try to knock out the next few weeks a little quicker than normal, I think. Namely, I'm gonna be doing a music video for my father's song, Mr. Misery. We start filming that on Saturday. Pretty excited about that. If you want to listen to that, if you go to, if you type in Von Stein, Mr. Misery, hopefully that's all you have to type in, and you can hear that track. You can certainly hear it it's on Spotify, and it's on iTunes, and it's on YouTube, and places you can find music. Mr. Misery is the name of the track, and we're going to be making a music video for it on Saturday. Got the incredible Sam Drog, the director of Zombique. It was the first film I was in. We filmed it in 2004, so it's been a while. But he's going to be in it, or he's going to be directing it, so it's going to be pretty cool to work with Sam Drog again. I haven't worked with him in a little bit. Known him for a long time now. We did another thing called Clown vs. Monkey together, which is pretty cool. It's like an animated thing that we did at this big green screen studio. It's pretty fun. Sam's a super talented guy. It's a real honor to work with him, for sure. I'm also going to get to work with Jimmy Lee Smith. He was an actor in Zombique as well. He played the manager Max, the manager of the Cooters restaurant that we worked at. I played Bobby Ray Fastmagger, was my character's name. And I played a car mechanic. Zombique is a story of a zombie chicken. A bunch of Satanists kidnap my character's girlfriend, Melissa, who works at a Cooters restaurant. Not Hooters, Cooters. And they kidnap her because they need a vessel to conjure the dead, conjure the devil, I suppose to say. So that's the plot of the movie. They kidnap her and my character and my character's brother, Fastmagger, played excellently by Nathan Standridge, another great actor. And Max, Jim, and Melissa are kind of the heroes. And then the Satanists are played by Tracy Arcana. She played the main villain, I would say. And Daryl Wilcher, he was in it. Both of those actors have done a lot of great stuff. They're really talented actors. Adam Morris was another villain in that. And Barry Bishop plays the giant villain in that one. It was a real honor to work on that movie. It's called Zombique. And you can check it out for free on YouTube. On this channel, Jackass of All Trades. Just type in Zombique. If you're looking for a good horror movie to watch for the holidays, that might be a good one to check out. It's fun, it's campy, And it was made with love, for sure. I can tell you that much. It was made with love. So I'm honored to be a part of that project. I hope it. Unfortunately, I don't think it's gotten the audience that it deserves yet. But hopefully, over time. I believe there's only 2 zombie chicken movies that have been made. So there's Poultrygeist, which is a trauma film. Lloyd Kaufman made a lot of the trauma movies, like the Toxic Avenger movies in the 80s. He's an independent filmmaker from, I want to say, like New York area, and they make a lot of cool movies. Guys had a cool life, I imagine. But yeah, Zombie is about a zombie chicken. And it's made with a lot of love. Great cast of people. Great crew of people. Everybody on that. Everybody that worked on that project was awesome to work with. And they all really believed in that project. And a lot of people hear zombie chicken movie and you think like, wow, that's silly. Why am I, working on something so silly? But it wasn't like that. Everybody that was on that movie wanted to make an awesome horror movie. Wanted to make a good movie. Not just a horror movie, but an awesome movie in general. Probably helps making a horror movie, being fans of horror movies, I think. It's really good, man. Them actors really, they did a great job, man. They all came together. That was a great set to work with. It was fun. It was the first movie I was ever in. And I was nervous. I thought I was going to get fired so many times on that because, I don't know. You always doubt yourself, People can doubt you, but the only doubt that really matters is the doubt that you put upon yourself. And that's with anything. So you gotta remove that doubt. So it's cool, man. I think if you watch that movie, you'll see those people really enjoyed making that movie. That comes across. Hopefully we'll have the same thing happen this weekend. Another magic touch. Nice thing is with the music video, you can, for one, you don't have to worry about dialogue. Because generally, if you're Prince, then maybe you got to worry about dialogue. But we're not Prince, so we're not on that level yet. So we're not making them kind of videos yet. So the nice thing is, really, if you're getting into filming, music videos are not a bad way to start because you just generally have to worry more about the visual as opposed to the audio because there's generally already an audio supplied. So it's a good way to get your feet wet when it comes to making movies. I think. But it's pretty fun. Another nice thing is, we're going to film it in one day. And we got to edit it, but we're only going to film it in one day. You film a movie or a TV show, multiple days. The music video, you just tell one little story real quick and then bam, move on to the next story, It's pretty fun. If you check out jackassofalltrades.net or jasonvaughnstein.com, both take you to the same website. You can see I've been fortunate enough to make a few music videos thus far in my life. And they come with challenges, but it's cool to, it's fun telling stories, Music videos are a cool way to tell a story because it's everybody's got, 4 minutes for a music video, but not everybody's got a couple hours for, a movie. So hopefully people will enjoy this music video that we've got going. We've got Z. She's going to star in it from, she's a Lita, one of the Litas. They're like a awesome crew of women that ride motorcycles and do positive things for people in need. and they're pretty cool. It's pretty awesome to work with her. Chuck, I'm going to be working with him, her husband. He's a really talented writer. Incredible story. He's written some incredible stories. I'm hoping that maybe Sam and Chuck will work together with one another after this, because I think they're like-minded. I think together, I don't know, I think together we can make a lot of cool stuff. It's going to be a lot of fun. Looking forward to it. Start off filming Saturday. We're going to be filming at Book Nook in Marietta. So I got to thank Book Nook for giving us the opportunity to film there. And then Mellow Mushroom Roswell. Thank you very much. They're going to provide us catering. Very, very kind of them. Libby there is wonderful to work with. Libby Arnold. It's a cool place. So this music video that we're doing is for a song Mr. Misery that my father wrote. My father's a songwriter, and I play his music out. And he wrote this song in 1987, and I've always thought it was one of his best songs. He's written thousands of songs, so there's a lot of good songs to choose from. So my friend Bannister, he's an incredible musician, an incredible person. He's just a good person. He's got a little music studio at his house, the Notepad Music Studio. And he told me he wanted to make a track for my dad. So that's the one I picked. So we went there to his house in the studio and we put together this track. And it's pretty awesome. Bannister put together the track and played drums on it. He's a great drummer. He's a great musician as well. My friend Sean Allen played bass on it and helped piece together the production. My friend Barrett Roth is an incredible guitar player. He played the incredible lead on it. My friend David is a great harmonica player, and he played a harmonica on it. D.B. Patterson. You can hear his music. He's got some albums. Sean Allen's got music too. He's a songwriter. He's a great musician. Check those guys out. And my dad wrote the song, and I played the rhythm and sang the vocal on it. So hopefully you guys dig it. So it's cool. You can hear it, Mr. Misery. It's available on Spotify, iTunes, all that jazz. Yeah, we're going to make a cool music video. If you check out, again, the YouTube channel Jackass of All Trades, if you type in Mr. Misery, you can see the storyboard. Sam came up with a storyboard for the idea he wants to film for the music video. And that's what we're going with. Jim's going to play Mr. Misery, title character, to my boyfriend character who's having a hard time with life. It should be pretty fun. I get to play a sad character for a change instead of like a crazy character, so that'll be interesting to see if I can pull that off. I'm hoping I can cry, so we'll see if I can tap into my inner Meryl Streep while we're filming. It's cool, it's worth checking out. Check out the storyboard. Basically, Sam's idea is boyfriend character's been possessed by Mr. Misery. So he's like very out of it, and the girlfriend can't quite figure out what's going on. And, you know, there's eventually a confrontation between Mr. Misery and the boyfriend, and that confrontation gets pretty gnarly. So, should be cool. I'm excited. I'm so excited to work with all of these people again. I worked with Chuck. We've done a few podcasts together. He's a good dude. And Jim, I've known Jim. I met him on Zombique. The aforementioned Zombique. and he's a great dude. If not for Jim, I wouldn't have gotten as far as I got as an actor or entertainer. When I auditioned for Zombique, I was living in Chattanooga at the time, and I didn't, I would come down to audition for films in Atlanta and just drive down and audition and hope I got the part. Didn't have a place to crash or anything, but I got to know Jim. Jim let me crash at his place when I first moved here after Zombique. And then I had a place I could crash to do auditions and whatnot. And then Jim was gracious enough to give me a place to stay, let me live with him until I could find my own place and get my own, life going, I guess. If not for Jim, I wouldn't have, he's been a dear friend. Helped me out a lot. So he's a good dude. So my hope is I can repay everybody by getting an interesting music video that, hopefully gets a lot of views. And ideally, my father has emphysema and COPD, unfortunately. And that's I see firsthand how tough it is to deal with that. So it'd be nice to, I don't know, I'd like to raise emphysema awareness and COPD awareness. Maybe like funding help. Ideally, I'd like to do like a telethon kind of thing, like Jerry Lewis did, but for COPD and emphysema awareness, and have friends of mine play my dad's music. Pick a song that you like, since he's written thousands and thousands and thousands of songs. He's written so many different songs. We could really do a show. Just everybody pick a song that you like of Dad's and jam on it, and we'll, hopefully get a charity event going and raise funds and awareness and help people out. Emphysema is like, I don't know, man, it's ridiculous. Never dreamed. Thought when my dad retired we'd be able to play music together, but we can't because of emphysema. It takes away his ability to play. So thank God he can still write, but I never dreamed that I wouldn't be able to play music with my dad. It's not. Emphysema sucks, man. It's not a good disease. It's not. No disease, but I don't know, man. More needs to be done to help people out with it, for sure. It affects a lot of people. There's a whole generation. Our parents are really affected by this, man. There's nothing for me to go buy a pack of cigarettes from a vending machine and everybody would be like, that's cute, because that's just the way the world was back then. It's nobody, world changes. But emphysema and COPD, once you have that, you can't, there's no, we can cure cancers. Not every cancer. I don't even know if I can say cure is really the right word, but people come back from cancer, but they don't come back from emphysema and COPD. So that's, it needs research, it needs funding, it needs help. A lot of people are affected by this. My dad smoked, but my dad did heating and air conditioning for 17 years. And he attributes most of his emphysema from that job. Because we did residential. I did it with him for a couple of years. We did residential. And you're doing residential, you're doing anything. We're doing 100-year-old houses with lead. We're doing 100-year-old houses with asbestos, breathing in all sorts of, artifacts from a time past. As human beings, we can only do what we think is right at the time that we're doing it, It's not till later on that you have hindsight, and you realize what's going on. You know, when we were doing those houses, we knew we were doing older houses, but we didn't think anything of it. We just thought we got to get the job done, you know. You don't think about the long-term effects of that stuff. But there's people living in those houses right now. We fixed the air conditioning and made the air conditioning work, but you can't, you know. We don't fix mold. We don't fix things like that. We don't know about that, you know. It affected us. I'm sure it affected the people that live there, you know. It's a shame, man. We gotta do a better job taking care of one another on this planet, but America in general, man. We're supposed to be United States. That's what we need, man. Be united. You gotta remember, we're like a really competitive nation. Only one team wins the Super Bowl, you know? So because of that, but we need to help each other out. Take care of, you know, housing, things like that. Make things more affordable to make those repairs and fixes. Help one another out, you know? I hope this artwork helps somebody. I think it helps me. It's pretty peaceful just doing art. That's something I kind of haven't done enough. It's nice to get back to it for a little bit. It's nice to do any sort of entertainment, man. I've been lucky. I've tried a lot of different forms of entertainment. The biggest thing I think is do it. Don't be afraid. You only got one life to live, so don't miss out on it. You know, if there's something you want to try, do it. At the end of the day, you know, if you don't go up on stage and you want to go on stage, I've been booed off stages, and the worst thing for me isn't being booed off stage. It's not trying. You know. Even though I've been booed off stages, you know, that's better to have that memory than to have a memory of just sitting around in your house wishing that you'd have done something, you know. Whatever kills you doesn't make you stronger. For a while, I was actually a wrestling manager, and if I didn't get booed off stage, then I wasn't doing my job. So, you know, some jobs require you to get booed off stage. Entertainment's a funny, interesting life, for sure. But you only get one life. And even if you believe in reincarnation, then you only get one life at a time. So, have fun with it. Try some new stuff. Enjoy it, you know? You only get once. Back with that. I think this pin, I'm gonna have to get some more pins. Sakura of America, you guys make these awesome pins. If you guys want to send me some, I would not be opposed to that. I will tag you guys. I'm tagging you guys already, and you don't even know it. So, hey, I'm tagging you guys. Send me some pins. Help me out. I'm not working right now, so all of this stuff costs more, and I got the money to spend. And them sirens. I don't know if you guys can hear them, but I sure can. Hearing it more and more, unfortunately. Bears are going to be playing the Raiders week 5, so I kind of went with the nod of the Khalil Mack trade for this. Khalil Mack was a was an Oakland Raider. And then they hired John Gruden to be the coach. And man, did he play? I don't even know if he played 1 year for him. I think it worked out that John Gruden really wanted him to play, but then he wouldn't like show up to camp or something like that, and he like forced a trade. I don't know if he played a season or not. I could be wrong. He could have totally played a season, and maybe then he like wanted out of there. But if I'm not mistaken, I think he never played for him. And he forced a trade, and Chicago took the trade. He's a good player. He has helped them make the playoffs. I think I saw something about Matt Nagy's job might be on the line. Man, that would be crazy. Chicago, you guys, he's a good coach. Don't get rid of him. Think how many quarterbacks he's had to go through since he's been there, and how many times you guys have made the playoffs? I'm telling you, man, as a Bengals fan, don't get rid of that guy. That guy won with Andy Dalton. You know? He's a good coach, man. You guys would be silly to get rid of that coach. I don't know what's going on with some of the teams in the NFC North. Like the Packers? Like, how could you be upsetting? I don't get it, man. You have got a Hall of Fame quarterback. You got arguably the best quarterback in the league. Just make the guy happy. Like, you know what happens to teams when they don't have a good quarterback. Like, in this sport, yeah, he does have a little firepower, you know? Make the dude happy. You're not going to be successful without that guy. It's hard to believe that, I mean, it's like back-to-back Hall of Famers had weird situations with the Packers. Stuff like that, like, makes me, if I was like a quarterback coming out, I'd be like hesitant to want to go to the Packers because of stuff like that, right? Fix these eyeballs a little bit. A little crooked. Alright, what have I got going on here? I kind of mess this up, but that's okay. I can fix a lot of it in post, as they say. Everybody's got some cool weekend plans lined up. Be making a music video. Got to check. I'm going to periodically live stream it, so I'll see how periodically that goes down. But we will be doing that. So if you want to check in on Saturday on the Von Stein page, you'll get to see some cool stuff going down. Pretty stoked. Should be a lot of fun. It's good people. It's good to, you know, do something interesting. Many of us have been cooped up, not really doing a whole lot, you know, with everything going as it is, understandably. Steelers are going to give it over to Haskins. I would think that's coming up. That's got to be coming up, right? It's going to be interesting. After this year, I think a lot of things in the NFL are probably going to change. Like Ben probably won't be playing anymore, so that'll be a different team. Brady's still going to play, I think. I don't think he's quite done. I don't know if they're going to win it all, though. But they tend to do that. If I'm not mistaken, Buccaneers did lose to the Chiefs last year. So if those two play each other in the playoffs, you know, Rams may go into that overconfident and Buccaneers pull that off. Still a good chance Bucs are going to win that division. We got to see Carolina play Tampa before we know how legit they are, I would say. Man, Carolina, I'm sure it would go a long way for their season if they get that first game at home and they can pull that off, that upset. Because even if they got a winning record going into that game, that's going to be an upset for the Panthers to pull that off, I would say. No matter what. I read that Brady convinced Richard Sherman to join the Buccaneers. So they're going to have Richard Sherman now. Good for him. Happy that he had like a kind of a crazy off season, but hopefully he's okay. He's a good player. I wonder how many other people Brady's going to get out of like that, you know? I'm sure he's already called Julian Edelman. I would think he would have called Edelman. I'm surprised Edelman hadn't jumped back on that, you know, with the Buccaneers. At least for like a playoff run? His knee must be really bad if he didn't join for a playoff run. Is that's when that guy's the deadliest, is in the playoffs. I mean, unbelievable to see what that guy's done in the playoffs. If he came back and didn't get that knee straight, that dude with Brady, they'll probably win another Super Bowl, I would think, just because how effective he is in the playoffs. And that dude, he probably needs to be in the Hall of Fame. That dude was pretty incredible. That guy made some catches on the sideline that I didn't think anybody could make. That guy was a good player. Buccaneers are the kind of team that just need to make the playoffs. There's some teams that think if you got like a veteran quarterback, then, you know, in decent weather, it shouldn't really matter. This is Buffalo. Should be cool to see Buffalo wear them throwback jerseys next year. Throwback to the 90s, I suppose, I should say. Since they've had a lot of different uniform combos. Alright, and he's knocking the little Chiefs dude out. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get some more pens. This is starting to croak on me. Okay. Straight lines are gonna be tough, aren't they? Okay, there we go. We're getting a little bit of life. There we go. Right. Thanks. Alright, it's been starting to give me a little bit of issues, so I think I'm going to try to give it a breather, and I'll come back to it. Alright, love everybody. Hope everybody has a wonderful day. Let's see.